There's something truly special about cooking for your mum, taking the time to create a meal that's full of care, flavour and love. These dishes bring together bold, comforting flavours from around the world, perfect for sharing around the table. Let's get started. First up, shrimp stew.
Now, the term saganaki actually refers to this little copper dish that it's cooked in with little handles, and we use the same one to serve it with. Really, really cute. Sauteing a little onion and garlic. And shrimp don't take long to cook at all. As soon as they start turning pink, you know they're done. A little dash of oregano. And I'm gonna deglaze this with some more ouzo. And now for my feta. This is made out of goat's milk. It could also be made out of sheep's milk or cow's milk. This smells so good. And look, I have a little saganaki here. Not big enough to cook my shrimp in, but big enough for me to eat it in. I'm gonna garnish with a little bit more feta, because I just love it. And a touch of parsley for color. So good. Oh my gosh. The shrimp and the ouzo together are like best friends. Dip my crusty bread in this licoricey, tomatoey, cheesy sauce. So good. Sometimes if I don't want bread, I put it over pasta, and it's perfect.
Next, fattoush salad with chicken kebab. It's a perfect balance of crisp vegetables and savoury grilled chicken.
When you live in a country as warm as Lebanon, you don't want to spend too much time in a hot kitchen. It's perfect salad weather. And my favorite Lebanese salad is fattoush, because it features these. Crispy pita chips. I've brushed a little bit of oil, sprinkled some paprika. It'll add a nice crunch to my salad. The difference between an English cucumber and a Lebanese cucumber is the size. And the Lebanese cucumbers also have less seeds. And now for my herbs, a little bit of parsley and some fresh mint. And now my salad needs a dressing. A little bit of garlic, some acidity, lemon. And some oil, because every great dressing has oil. And now the star of this dish, sumac. Little red berries that grow on trees in Lebanon. It adds a nice citrusy and tangy flavor. And this salad you can have for lunch or as a side. And there's so many fresh vegetables. Earlier I grilled some chicken. We call it shish taouk. Shish is the skewer, taouk is the chicken. And then my favorite part are crispy pita chips. And topped with that tangy, citrusy dressing. So fresh, and that sumac is nice and tart. There's something so satisfying about crunchy salads. It's got a little bit of everything. Some veg, some protein, some pita. I can just imagine eating this on a hot day in Lebanon.
Now for something simple and satisfying, pasta with chickpeas.
I'm making pasta e ceci, and this is my nonna's recipe. Don't tell her I'm telling you. Sofrito is just a really fancy way in Italian to say browning up little bits in a pan. I'm making my first part of pasta e ceci, which is the soffritto. I'm gonna brown up those vegetables. And remember, I just want them to disappear in this sauce. And because these need to cook down so much, hold off on that garlic. And I find if you wanna get your vegetables cooked up really quick, add a little salt. It breaks them down quicker. Now, just when those vegetables are really cooked down and tender, I always love to take a little bite. They literally melt on this bread. But I know it's time for my garlic. This way it gets gold and doesn't get burnt. Very important with garlic. Time for some little aromatics. Some rosemary and thyme, a little chili flakes. So I'm adding in a couple of tomatoes. Now, if you're getting these canned, just let the juice fall to the bottom of the bowl and just grab the actual tomato. I want a little bit of color and a little richness from them. And this is that kind of a dish that's made in stages. And it's just gonna be layers and layers of flavor. And now for the meat in this meatless dish. They're actually chickpeas. Now, growing up in Italy, meat was very expensive, so it was really left for special occasions. Now, half is gonna go into the pan, and half I'm gonna keep on the side here. Here is the ultimate secret to this dish. Takes a little time, but it's worth it. So these chickpeas have little skins or coats on them, and we're gonna remove them. A little squeeze gets this off. And what does that do? Well, it's gonna make this mashable, and it's gonna make it really nice and creamy, this whole sauce. Look how easy they come off, those little skins. All right, so have a look at the secret. So just give them a little mash with your fork. In with the mashed chickpeas. Little chicken stock. Oh, look at this. Look at the colors in here. That richness from the tomato, wow. Now, I'm gonna cook my pasta, and it's really important to use dry pasta in this recipe because once these are done, I'm actually gonna remove them a little shy of al dente, so really a bite to them, all right? And I'm gonna add it back into this little golden mixture right here. Look at this liquid, how beautiful it is. And it's just gonna continue to cook slowly with those chickpeas. Oh, and then it's gonna be ready. So I'm grabbing out those aromatics. They did their job. And the pasta still has a really nice little bite to it. This looks so good right now. And once the pasta is cooked to your liking, it's ready to plate. All right, look at this creaminess. Wow. And I know a couple of chickpeas that just found a new home in those cute shells. Oh, wow. Now, it's screaming for something green. Little grassy parsley. Oh, look at the chickpea in that shell. That sofrito at the beginning, wow. It added that level of flavor. And of course, a little of that kick from those chili flakes. A simple dish from my nonna's nonna to my nonna to me and now to you. Yum.
Coming up, sea bass with okra.
Crete is a very distinct culture from the rest of Greece, and their diet is probably known as one of the healthiest in the world, probably because of dishes like this, lavraki me bamias, or sea bass with okra. Okra is actually part of the hibiscus and cotton families. What I find very cool about this vegetable is that it's also widely used in Haitian cuisine. And so in a way, it symbolizes both of my cultures. And if you can't find okra, diced zucchini works just fine. Now to get this dish going, I just wanna soften up my okra a little bit and give it a pop of flavor. And that flavor comes from onions and garlic. Just wanna add a touch of balsamic. I'm just gonna deglaze this a little bit, and it's gonna give it a touch of sweet and sour. Now for some fancy flips. It's just cooked up for like 30 seconds, and it goes back into my bowl. I'm gonna let these guys chill out for a little bit, and onto my potatoes. This dish is all about layers. And look at how beautiful that pop of red looks. So pretty. And I'm gonna use some mint and parsley. It's gonna add that delicate aroma. And I love working with fresh herbs. A little bit of herbs on top of my tomatoes, and I'm gonna save some for the fish. I love sea bass. It's a white fish, and it has a rich and buttery flavor. I'm baking this sea bass, but I also love to grill it. I've already asked my fishmonger to clean it and scale it for me. I'm just gonna score my fish so that the flavors get in there and it cooks evenly. Lay it on its bed here, sink it in a little. This is ready for the oven. And as this bakes, all the flavors will steam up and meld together. So this is cooked about halfway, and I'm just gonna take off my tin foil and let it get some more color. I can't wait to dig into this. I'll start with my veggies first. Oh, yes. My layers have cooked through, my potatoes are nice and soft, and my okra, I can't wait to try it. Here's the tricky part. This is a very rustic dish, but it's so sophisticated in its simplicity. The sea bass has gotten nice and tender. The okra has such a delicate flavor, but the texture is just so interesting and adds a whole other dimension.
And finally, chicken cacciatore, slow simmered and full of rich, savoury flavour.
Every country in Europe has its own little spin on chicken and tomatoes. But I'll tell you something, Italians do it best with their pollo alla cacciatore or chicken alla cacciatore. And all that really means is chicken, hunter style. I've got really beautiful rustic vegetables, and no matter which region you're from in Italy, there's always some key ingredients. There's always tomatoes, there's always onion. I've got some really sweet carrots. I've got these really beautiful red peppers and a little celery for that nice depth of flavor. So I'm keeping the garlic in their skin, and in the oven it's gonna roast up, and then we're gonna squeeze all that goodness out of here. So I like to roast my vegetables because they're really gonna concentrate that flavor. So of course, some kosher salt, some freshly cracked pepper, and some extra virgin olive oil to give these guys a little shine. Ah, perfect. So this is just one chicken cut up into pieces, and you can ask your butcher to do that for you. I just want to pat this dry a little bit to make sure there's no extra moisture in there. This way we get a really nice crust on the chicken. And this chicken has its skin on, and you want it to have the skin on. It's gonna give you that nice salty crust we're looking for. Whenever I'm working with chicken, I always like to wash my hands. So if you're wondering what's gonna give this chicken a really nice golden crust, it's the flour coating. And it's really simple. Flour, a little salt and pepper for flavor. And I like to go skin side down because that's what's gonna get the crispiest. And don't move them around. It's gonna give a little bit of time for that nice crust to form. The smell in here is insane. And I can't wait to show you this crispy crust. Look at this. Perfect crispy crust. The smell of these roasted vegetables, and look at this color that they got in the oven. All right, now this is what I'm talking about. Chicken packed with flavor. Now, depending what region you're from in Italy, they'll use different types of wine. South of Italy is red wine, and north of Italy is white. I chose some white. Listen to that. Deglazing is a fancy word, but all it means is I'm gonna pick up all those bits off that pan. And if you've got kids at home and you're worried about them having a little too much vino, not to worry, the alcohol's all gonna cook out of this. Now, once that's syrupy and thick, the chicken's going back in. Don't forget, even the juices on this dish need to go in. Every last bit. And anytime I'm braising anything, I love a bunch of aromatics. So I'm using a little bay leaf, a little thyme, and rosemary. A little chicken stock, and that's what the chicken is gonna cook low and slow in. And that meat is just gonna fall off the bone. So I've got all these veggies, and the garlic I cooked in the skin earlier. And I'm just gonna pop them right out, and this is gonna add a really good creamy, garlicky flavor in there. I like this just on toast. The rest of the veggies are just gonna be poured all over this. Now I like to make sure the chicken is tucked in nicely. The veggies are all coated on top of the chicken. It keeps it really moist. So the lid's gonna go on. That heat is gonna be trapped in there. And when I'm ready for it, it's gonna fall off the bone. I still hear this bubbling under here. Oh, wow. And have a look at this color. Wow. I know you can't smell it, but it smells so good. Now, I like a little chicken breast, and a little drumstick, so I'll put a little bit of both. Wow, look at this. And you need to scoop up all of those nice vegetables. I mean, they roasted and caramelized in the oven, so we've got, oh wow, flavor packed into here. Oh, that sauce. And there's a little texture, a little creaminess to it from that roasted garlic that we squished into there. I love adding a little fresh brine capers to this, just sprinkled over the top. Perfect. All right, I'm going in for the bite. This just literally falls apart. And I love it because all of the vegetables really kept their color. That is a burst of flavor in my mouth. This is perfect if you're cooking for yourself or for your family or your friends. It's easy to make, and look how gorgeous it is.
Whether it's a special occasion or just a chance to spend time together, a homemade meal is always the perfect way to show you care. Find more recipes to cook and share on Gusto TV.